Happy Father's Day to all the wonderful dads out there. I thank God for you all, and I pray that you all continue to be the great men of God that you are.
What do you call a fake noodle? An imposter.
Okay. What's something you appreciate more about your dad now that you're older? One thing that I appreciate now is when he tried to teach me how to cook at an early age, because now that I have kids, that skill is definitely needed.
Okay, so one of my favorite memories is growing up singing with my dad. He would, nowadays it's, can you sing for me? But back in the day, it was, can you sing with me? Come sing with me. And I loved those times doing that. And I wish I would have cherished them more then than I do now that we don't get to do that anymore. And then I remember my sixth grade graduation, where my dad took me shopping for my white outfit because he didn't like the options I had or something. And so we went shopping, and it was still bad. It was this horrible white skirt and white blouse, but my dad took me shopping, and he was the one that bought my outfit. So those are just things that I remember, that my dad was kind of always there, even though he worked a lot, pastored 2 churches. Like those moments, those times when I was looking for him, he showed up. And so I just love my dad.
I'm older. One thing that I can appreciate about my dad is the sacrifices. As a parent, I get it. I didn't understand things when I was younger. Only understood what I wanted, and if it happened, But now as I'm older, as a parent, I understand. I understand the sacrifices. I understand, giving your time and your energy with no complaints. And I'm so appreciative of that. I'm so appreciative, and knowing that the sacrifices that were made didn't have to be made, but they were on my behalf. And not only made, but there was no complaining. I didn't hear any I don't want to, it was always, I'm going to do what I have to do for my children. One thing I love to do with my dad when I was younger, and that I still love, is just simply talking to him. Anybody that knows my dad knows he loves to talk. And I enjoy our moments. I enjoy being candid with him about different things. I enjoy the fact that he feels he could be candid with me, whether it's something going on in his life or something that one of my siblings has done. He'll call and vent to me. And I love those moments. Those moments I'll always cherish. And something I want him to know is that I love you. I love you. I get it. Things haven't always been sunshine and rainbows, but I love you in spite of, and I will forever love you. I've always loved you. And that's it. Happy Father's Day.
I appreciate him being a provider. He was an excellent provider. We didn't want for anything. We were kind of spoiled. So I appreciate him taking care of us.
Why are pirates called pirates? They just are.
One of my favorite things about my dad would have to be his big heart. He would literally give you the shirt off his back. He would give you his last dollar. My dad doesn't meet a stranger at all. I'm like, how you know all these people? But it's so easy for him to strike up a conversation, joke with anyone, especially at restaurants. Like the waitresses are his favorite. He doesn't mind telling anybody he meets about God. That is one of the things I admire about my dad. He is the most amazing man I have ever met.
One of my favorite things about my dad is that he loves family and he loves to spend time with his family and family vacations. And I love that as well. And he also loves to joke around. So I like to do that as well.
So something I really appreciate about my dad more now that I'm older is his what do you call it? Acts of service. So my dad is always constantly doing like those little things. So he'll detail our cars from top to bottom, inside out. He'll do like, you know, the yard work. He'll take care of all of that stuff. My dad will even do laundry and wash dishes and clean the kitchen, mop the floors. And I guess I didn't necessarily appreciate those little things when I was younger, but now that I'm older, I can see how those little things just make a difference, how they just make you just feel more comfortable, and you just feel more comfortable in a clean car. And so I just really appreciate like the little attention to details. They may seem little, but I really appreciate those things that he does just to make us feel more comfortable, to feel loved, and to feel cherished and taken care of.
What did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It just waved.
What I appreciate more about my father now that I'm older, first is the whoopings, because I didn't understand it at the time, but I know that as the Bible tells us, God chastens those whom he loves. And I know the whoopings were to tell me that you love me. And I also appreciate the push, how you push us in our academics and in life in general, because this made me the woman that I am today.
Father's Day talk from Carolyn to Carl, who I'm named after. Hey, Dad, I remember when I first met you during a 60-mile-an-hour wind. You pulled up your pants like Urkel, told me to turn around in a circle. You said, yep, you're mine. I know that's right. We held each other close and very, very tight. From age 16 to 30, boy, did we have fun. You love to eat, meet, cook, and play dominoes. You always won. Meeting my other siblings, 6 boys and 1 girl, made me happy. That's why I am so glad that you are my pappy. I love you, Dad.
Something that I appreciate now more about my dad than I did when I was younger is his spirit of humility. I really didn't know what a big deal he was until I was like fully grown. To me, he was always my dad, but even in my adulthood, just seeing the people that looked up to Mr. Riley, whether he was at work, whether he was at church, just the different way he's been able to grow himself, grow his brand, just grow who he is as a person. So on this Father's Day, Jay, Dad, I want to say Happy Father's Day to you guys. We love you. We appreciate your dedication to your families. We appreciate just all of the sacrifices that you've made to make sure we are where we are today. We don't take it lightly. We don't take it for granted. We know that we are with you guys for a reason, and we wouldn't have it any other way. So on this Father's Day, Happy Father's Day. We love you, and we look forward to what God is going to continue to do through your lives.
Next, what's one life lesson you learned from your dad? He taught us work ethic. He had us picking up cans, picking up cans, mowing yards, doing work around the house. So that's one life lesson. He taught us work ethic. Always have a job, always work.
Integrity. My dad is a man of integrity. If he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it, and he sticks with it. And that's been a motto of mine, trying to keep commitment. So that's what I learned from my dad. Happy Father's Day, Daddy.
What did one toilet say to another? You look flushed. Dad jokes.
Something that I appreciate now more about my dad than I did when I was younger is his spirit of humility. I really didn't know what a big deal he was until I was like fully grown. To me, he was always my dad, but even in my adulthood, just seeing the people that looked up to Mr. Riley, whether he was at work, whether he was at church, just the different way he's been able to grow himself, grow his brand, just grow who he is as a person. So on this Father's Day, Jay, Dad, I want to say happy Father's Day to you guys. We love you. We appreciate your dedication to your families. We appreciate just all of the sacrifices that you've made to make sure we are where we are today. We don't take it lightly. We don't take it for granted. We know that we are with you guys for a reason, and we wouldn't have it any other way. So on this Father's Day, happy Father's Day. We love you, and we look forward to what God is going to continue to do through your lives.
So something that I love to do with my dad when I was younger is go for rides with him in his Mustang. So my dad has this 1966 classic muscle car Mustang that he redid inside out. And we would just go cruising in his Mustang early on Sunday mornings, just enjoying one another's company. My mom would come with us sometimes, but just riding, not thinking about too much, just enjoying the beautiful Las Vegas morning weather and just feeling the breeze in your hair. That's just one of the things I just love to ride with my dad and just spend, quality time in that way.
One lesson I learned from my dad is take your emotions out of it. So when it came to doing business, making important decisions, it was you have to get past your emotions and you have to make the best decision for everyone. So I think that's one of the things I really enjoy when it comes to being around my dad is he's always giving advice and dropping nuggets of wisdom.
One thing that I would like for my kids to keep from their father or to take from their father is his calmness, his easygoing personality, and his intelligence. I would like that to continue in them from him.
The hard worker he is, his ability to make things happen, his ability to do, even before his, I don't like to use the word handicap, but before all of these things going on now happen, Deke was a hard worker. He was a provider. He made sure that this household was taken care of. There wasn't much of anything that he didn't do. He maintained the car. He did the yard. He even took care of the kids. We first started out, I worked nights and he worked days. He picked our kids up from daycare. He bathed them. He did homework with them. I made sure supper was there, but if I didn't, he took care of that. So for my grandkids, I really would love to see them pick up that type of trait, a trait where you get it done no matter what. Even in the things he's going through now, he still tries and make a way. He still tries to cook for him if I'm not there or available. He still picks them up when he can. So I really hope that they see that their grandfather was a go-getter and he didn't allow things to stop him in spite of. He did not allow that to stop him. And so in the future, I want to see that, especially in my male grandkids. I would like for them to be that type of a man for their family.
One thing about you that I would love for our kids or grandchildren to have is your willpower and self-motivation. You have always been one to pick yourself up no matter how many times you may have fallen. And that is one of the things that I admire about you. Because even when all else fails or whatever, you know how to rely on the word and yourself. One of the things also that I admire about you, I admire your love for our children, your commitment to our boys. You are the father that I long to have I never experienced the benefits of having an active father until I met you. And it is through you I get to see the duties of a father. You have always been a provider. You were always their biggest cheerleader at their football games. You were always the soccer dad for practice. You were the car drop off and pick up for school time. You were the bed crocker during dinner time. And you have always been the one to put the kids to bed, all while managing to perform your job duties at your own job. And it is those things that I admire about you. You have never been selfish. Oh, I need to pause. You say no. Okay. You have never been selfish, and you're eager for the love of your family has always shown. And I want you to know, even if I don't tell you every day, I love you. I'm grateful to have you. And I wish we can spend many, many, many more years through Christ together. Thank you for being you, and I love you.
So one thing that I hope my children get from their dad is his charisma. I think he does really well getting people engaged in conversations, just getting them comfortable with being in different settings. And I know this is something that'll be extremely helpful whenever they go throughout the world, whether it's in ministry, whether it's on a job. I think just having that charismatic personality will be something that draws others. I also hope that they stay curious. He does really well with knowing a lot of things about a lot of things, and I don't think that's by accident. I think once he realizes he wants to know something or he doesn't know something, he puts in the work to find out more about it. So that is something that I really appreciate about him.
What I see in my husband, Robert, that I would love that I hope they possess is his personality, his wittiness, his laughter. He's just always playful, never knows when not to play. He'll always try to stick in a crack or a little something humorous, something. And I hope that's what they have. They possess his humor, the humor that he has, because he's very humorous. He'll just have you laughing sometimes, and you don't even know, you don't even feel like laughing. He'll say something or whatever, but hopefully not that pointing, because Josiah possessed his pointing, so pointing things out, whatever, but that laughter and that humorous part of him, I hope that they possess that.
One of my favorite things about dads, I would think one of my favorite things about dads are that they get to be viewed as the easier of the two parents. They're the most understanding of the two parents. They whip less than the other parent. They seem to understand their children, and they're least likely to be called mean. That's probably one of my favorite things about dads. No, dads really do seem to be patient with the kids, and they really seem to be more understanding, I guess I would say, to a degree, wink, wink, more understanding. And I don't know, it's just something about having a father in your life that makes the difference, whether it's your biological father or just, the person who's taken a place to do the things that's necessary as a